All right, this is where shit gets weird. I started chatting with Kenn, a week and a half ago? It feels like we've been Twitter buds for 18 million years, but it's been like a week and a half, really.
Yeah, it's how fast this space works, I guess. But yeah, man, we've been broing out hard since we found out. Since I got back into the space and found out I could accidentally post Chirp's first Chirp. People think you paid me. You don't understand how many DMs I got. Like, yo, how much did he pay you for? I'm like, what? And they're like, I was like, I didn't realize I was the first. He said on the podcast it was a live thing, so I went on the website, signed up, and I said, "Hello, world." And then I got like, "Yo, bro, is he sponsoring thing?" I'm like, "Dude, it's just a cool project. Use it."
I mean, we should pay you fat stacks of coins.
I'm gonna be rich forever, bro. I squatted up that hashtag Bitcoin channel. I'm set for life. I am Satoshi now.
It's just Satoshi second.
I'm the real Satoshi. I have more proof than anybody else. I mean, do you own the hashtag channel on Chirp?
That's the thing. Like, this is what you imagine 5 years from now. You just make Bitcoin cash, the bro coininator, and you're like, what? I own the hashtag on the thing. So there you go. It's done like dinner.
Well, so with the simple ledger protocol, I could totally do some kind of Kenn stablecoin on Bitcoin Cash.
I think that would be freaking brilliant.
Right? I've been debating on all the different ways to tokenize myself. I'm going to be the most shitcoined individual on Earth. I'm already on like 6 blockchains, so I just got to keep going.
That's awesome. I like it. I'm gonna have to pick up some Kenn.
Yeah, everybody should buy Kenn. People think it's a joke. I'm like, no, I'm Kenn. Kenn's on like Steam Engine. It's on Hive Engine. It's on the Waves network. I mean, I've made Kenn coin like in 2016. It wasn't that hard. Everybody should make their own coin.
I agree. Well, dude, I made Shipple a year and a half ago, and like that, I mean, there's 1,800 holders of that freaking silly thing.
Respect.
Right? Like it's pretty fun.
Those are the 1,800 people I'd invite to my birthday party. Those are the kind of people I'd throw with.
Exactly. You just take the top 100 holders. Like, you people are the weirdest.
Yeah, the weirdest people. You're coming with me.
Absolutely ridiculous. All right, I'm just posting this up on hashtag ChirpCast on Chirp right now. And I just want to say to anybody watching right now, if you guys comment on that post, I'm going to tip you hard in coins. So go to chirp.la, go to the hashtag ChirpCast channel, and say, I'm watching you crazy sons of bitches, and I'll fire you a fantastic tip. Just for signing up to chirp.la, you get 1,000 coins right now, so you're kind of stacked right off the bat. But I'm going to send you more.
Yeah, and you can make your own channel, too. So if it's available, come up with something cool and catchy. You know, maybe come up with, like, your own meme channel without calling it a meme channel, you know? It's this is, like, cool. I like the concept of, like, you know, what you're doing. Or not even a concept. The actual proof that you're doing with the Chirp is because, like, it's gamified social media in a different direction. Like, you've had... people on Facebook have had like, sports pages or like, Facebook groups for Bitcoin, and it has like, Facebook owns that, and people just delete it, or you get nothing really from the engagement you bring to the platform. But if I create like a hashtag NFL fantasy league and people start posting in my form, I can earn from it. And it incentivizes me to go out and get more people to come back into the platform and engage with it more. So it's like, I don't know, I feel more like an employee of Chirp now that I own hashtag Bitcoin. And what I'm trying to tell people is, you could kind of have some ownership in platforms as well. So this is early adopter opportunity. Go create a hashtag channel and feel more like an employee than just an end user.
Exactly. Not even as an employee. Like, I want people to feel like they're part of the team, right? Like you're
an earner. Yeah.
Exactly. Like part owner of.
I never felt like I made anything off of Zuckerberg's billions. Like Facebook stock goes up, and I look at my Facebook wallet, and I see no returns.
There's no love.
Yeah.
100%. Well, that's one of the things we came up with early on is something called the 50-50 protocol. So, we are, if you look at on the website version, on the right-hand side, you can pin a post, and that goes to literally everybody in the whole platform, right? So you can do what you want in your channel, and it goes into latest or whatever. So there's some, people seeing everything that's going on. But if you pin a post, like ultimately, we want brands coming in and buying coins to pin posts for multiple days. So all the revenue that we bring into the company, 50% of it is going back out to the community forever. That's just something that we want to make sure that we're doing. Because it's one thing Facebook will never do. They're going to make $80 billion worth of profit just in the United States this year.
Right.
And the Kenn is not going to see any of that. And
never. Same thing with Telegram, bro. How many projects have invested into their time and energy into Telegram just to have their Telegram shut down for whatever reason, or just to shut it down on all the end users? Like, you run a Telegram group chat, 1,000 people join it, and you decide to just shut it down via troll. That's not just affecting you or the platform, it's affecting those thousands of people that join that community. So I don't know, having the ability to just be like, well, yeah, I can't just delete it, or no, Chirp won't just delete it. You can build a community somewhere and not worry about it like that, and actually get something out of the effort you put in. Like you said with the I just heard the echo. Sorry. With putting in the tipping aspect for it, like anybody that posted in the Bitcoin hashtag, I'm definitely hitting the tip button on, because it's my channel. I want to give back to the people that they give me 2 coins every time they post. I'll give 1 back. That's just showing love,
Right. Yeah. So that's the thing. You buy a channel, and again, everybody gets 1,000 coins just for showing up. You can buy a channel for 600 coins. And then exactly as Kenn just said, every single time somebody posts in that channel, you're making 2 coins every single time, which is fantastic. So it's like, ownable real estate. Now, granted, I still think, somebody could buy Bitcoin.com. Here's looking at you, Roger. And, that might go well. But somebody could come in and say BitcoinNews.com or BitcoinMemes.com, or the hashtag, sorry, like Bitcoin memes on Chirp, and build a better and more active community and blow hashtag Bitcoin out of the water, right? So it really is going to end up being about the people. Now, granted, I've seen Kenn's community on Twitter, and that's going to be tough to beat.
Well, what's right? It's going. I'm a whale. I already know I'm a chirp whale. I'm totally confident in that. But what I think is interesting is with the whole utility aspect though to the reward coin. Like, who cares about getting 2 coins for every time somebody posts on your channel? Well, there's utility to the token, to the coin. You can use it for pinning the post. You can use it to kind of as marketing currency. So you start a Telegram for your wallet or your project. It gives you nothing. But you start a Chirp hashtag form sense, channel, and you bring in your community, they engage. You can use that engagement to reinvest into the marketing of those posts. One of your people in the channel say something amazing, you can pin that into the popular thread, and give them an attaboy with the coins that you got from them. So I think that's I love utility. I love gamification. I love incentivizing people, and I love being able to monetize that. And if you can't figure out how to monetize what you've gamified while incentivizing people to play the game, you're going to run out of money. And that's the best part, is this is monetized, incentivized, and the gamification. I kind of wish this was like an earlier thing, like concept, but they had the upvote, downvote thing, and Steam it learned from all of that. And I think, you took a lot of the lessons learned from a lot of the projects doing similar stuff and came up with something really, really interesting and unique, but also following the same path of disruption.
Yeah, I think you're right. What's been fun for me, because I've been testing this off, I've been billing it on Facebook as the escape hatch. There's so many people that want to leave Facebook because it's kind of a toxic environment. And by kind of, I mean, it's totally a toxic environment. And so people like my aunt, who's, I don't know, she's like 60 or something, right? Showing up in Chirp and just having a blast from the jump, right? She doesn't know it. Like, she literally asked, what's BTC on the channel? And I'm like, oh, Aunt Gail. But people came in and they were awesome. They explained it, yada, 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 right? So it really, I want Chirp to be this thing that brings in 100,000 people into the crypto space that had no fucking idea whatsoever what Bitcoin even was. But by the time they're done, they're going to be owning coins like crazy. I have heard rumors that dust might be mined in Chirp before too long. as just a function of being there. People might not even know what the hell it is. They're still gonna be earning dust like crazy. So like the whole thing's gonna explode. And then you throw the NFTs in there, and things are just gonna get bananas.
I'm excited for Dust. It just hit my radar, and the community behind it is like they're legit bros, and I dig it. I dig the Wizards. I dig you guys. I dig what Dust is up to and their goals, and even right now how fast they were at implementing even use cases in Telegram and shit. Like that shows that the Wizards are actually making some magic happen. So keep your eyes on the doers, not the shillers. Stop looking at the people that are talking about the people that you should be looking at. Go right to the tap. The Wizards, the developers, the doers. Keep your eyes on those people. And that's why Dust caught my attention. I see what they're up to. I respect it.
Yeah, man, that show over. Like, just take that advice. Quit watching right now. Don't quit watching. But like the idea, because that was the thing. That was the thing for me too, right? Like especially like 2016, 17, when I started like trading in the space. You're looking for good information or whatever, and then you start connecting with these psychos like Kurt that just like, hey, I think I'll go build Blockfolio, which I found out like 6 months ago. He actually built the thing that I used the most throughout the last few years or whatever, right? And
love it.
Yeah, and he brings me into the Chirp team, which I'm exceedingly grateful for. It's a freaking fantastic ride. And while we're building this, he's like, I'm just gonna start fucking around with this nifty Wizards thing. I'm like, what the hell is that? Well, it's like an RPG in Telegram, like just a word game with like NFTs and stuff. It's ridiculous, and people freaking love it. It makes no sense. I love being a wizard. What does that mean? I don't know.
My FOMO. we like you said, we kind of just met, and my level of FOMO with NFTs more than most, and we just met. You were like, yo, check out this dice stuff, and I looked at it for like 30 seconds. I'm like, yeah, I need one of those, but I don't have a way to get it. Help. And you helped, and I really appreciate that, bro. Like that was we did peer-to-peer money transfer knowing each other like in a day. That was like really funny, bro.
It just sometimes you just gotta do it. I'm gonna show you guys the crack cocaine that is Nifty Wizards dice right now.
Yeah, dude, get some dice, bros. Hodl this. I'm telling you, NFTs are my shitcoins. People always ask me what's in my portfolio, and I'm like, well, do you have time to look at my like NFTs? Because I really don't have any tokens.
This is the whole thing. I just won 6 dust. Fuck you, internet. And you wait for 5 minutes. I think people have like bots running in here or something. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I love when the bots run out though, because they just constantly get cursed out. I kind of pop in and look at it, and the bots will curse at you if you're out of dust and shit. It's like you don't have any fucking dust left. I love this community.
Dude, it's so much fun. And we did like Kurt and I have been hosting the auctions. I think you popped into one of the auctions we did. Doc Alt's running dust auctions. You can only pay in dust, and you're getting it. I think somebody threw dust onto an exchange somewhere, and it's like 1/20th of a wax or whatever. But people are picking up $20 NFTs for this magic internet ridiculousness for cheap. Even if all that exchange actually is real, and I mean there's barely any market for it, so we don't even know that. People are getting massive deals on those things. So.
Dust is to NFTs as Doge is to Bitcoin.
Say that again.
Dust is to NFTs as Doge is to Bitcoin.
If I had a mic, I would drop it. Because that's just
I can drop my bait. Yeah, that's how I feel when I saw it in the community. We need things like these meme coins to be the bridges of all the different altcoins from different projects doing different games. Like I play dApps on Ethereum, I play dApps on Tron, I play dApps on WAC. I want to engine things. I want to be able to have some kind of interoperability and to have some kind of a currency like Dust. I know Game Credits is doing similar things. It's just to see these things even being put time and effort and energy into. I want to support that, even if people are like, oh, it's just a meme, it will never succeed or whatever. You'd be surprised how far a meme can go. Remember Doge's whole NASCAR thing. Elon Musk, the CEO of Doge, like wait for Ninja to be the CEO of Dust. Then that's where I kind of see like the power of memes really reside in this space.
Yeah. Well, the craziest thing with Dust is so Dust shows up as this like in-game token for Nifty Wizards. Okay, fine, that's cool. And then Kurt decides, okay, well, I'm going to make it so that literally everything you post as a comment in this Telegram channel gives you 1 dust. And everyone's like, well, this is mental, right? And you'd think it would just be assholes going like, I like dust, I like dust, I like dust. Like the whole channel would just turn into noise, but it didn't, which I found deeply fascinating, right? Because obviously there's still mods there. They're going to kick you out if you're an asshole, whatever. So it works out. But then like Blockchain Heroes, the NFT line with Bad Crypto, like suddenly 5 days later, within the same week the thing launches, 5 days later, they got a mine going in their Telegram channel. Yep. And then there's 5 more channels. And then there's 5 more channels. So it's really, I see it as the all, and it's something that I was thinking about for Schipul, and I know other people have been thinking about this as well. It's proof of social work, right? Of that human
proof of engagement. Yeah, proof of engagement.
Well said. Proof of engagement. And that's why like the idea that not only is the entire ecosystem for Chirp going to be able to run on coins, right? You spend 4 coins to post. Every single like is a coin coming back to you. And, you can buy it. And pretty soon you're going to be able to buy and sell the channels, that kind of thing. But we might have this dust token right off the bat being, a thing that is starting to get into all these different ecosystems, exactly as you said.
The utility, it already has utility. That's one step ahead of 99% of the shit coins that still exist from ICO bubbles. It's like, I mean, just even, you follow my Twitter. I love tipping. I think the proof of engagement thing with like CoinKit, like I would love to see dust on CoinKit because it would just be great to be able, I love the proof of engagement faucet thing I can do is I need you to retweet this so my sponsors feel the love. I want to give back to you for helping me be able to eat today. This is how I can give it away. So I'm giving away like $25 a day in like engagement tips. I'm doing like maybe $300 a month in like weekly things. So it's like I try to give back as much as I get from my community. And like I saw that potential in Chirp immediately. Like if I do own #Bitcoin, people post in there and I see something that's really like informational, something I think is important. I have incentive to pin that shit. Not just because I own the channel, but also to spread the knowledge and and now I'm engaging with people who engage with me. And that I think is like the true ethos of social media that a lot of influencers miss the ball on. It's easy to post something controversial. It's hard to reply. It's really hard to reply. So we're going to see people engaging more because of the incentive. And then the whole dust thing on Telegram, bro, I love it. It's like, I want to give my community something for engaging with me. Why come to my Telegram? Why come to my Discord? Well, you can get some fucking, shitcoin. Get some dust, bro. Come engage with me and you will be rewarded for it. And that is more than a lot. Like you don't see a lot of projects even tipping and using their own coins to promote their own coin because they don't have that use case. They don't have the built-in fact. They didn't even build the infrastructure to give away their coin, but they're using your coin to promote their coin, which is like hilarious.
Yeah, it's weird, man. And I've always, you take a look at the history of Bitcoin and the amount that went out initially, right? It was kind of baked in with the halving events, that kind of thing. There is an inflation period where you have to get as many users as humanly possible, active users in this money network, right? Because otherwise it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to do anything, right? Like if you have 1,000 people holding it, that's fantastic. If you have 1,000 people holding it that transact with it that month, it's 100 times more valuable. And you'll be able to watch that in coin prices, right? And so like having this with dust, Kurt's like, we need as many dust mine operators as we possibly can because that engagement is going to get out there and it's actually going to imbue this. People are going to be looking for something to do with it. And what are they going to do? They're going to come to Nifty Wizards and use it to buy an NFT, or they're going to come to an NFT auction, or they're going to come and I don't know, like come and freaking trade somebody for.
Dude, it's the same reason Pepsi has Pepcoin. The same reason. Yeah, Pepsi sees what you're doing, and Pepsi's like, oh shit, we got to try this shit. So you buy a Pepsi, you scan it, you get some in-currency Pepcoin, and if you stack enough Pepcoin from proof of engagement with Pepsi, you can get a bag of Lay's chips for free, basically. And that's the same thing. You engage with our community, eventually you'll stack up these coins, and you can get an NFT. You can play the game for free, basically, just from engaging with the community. So, like, you have major league players already implementing these ideas just in a centralized shit technological way. Like, they haven't realized the power of decentralization, and that they have to hire, like 500 employees to really start something like this, right? So we're a few years away from seeing like Lay's and Pep coin go crypto because they need to build the infrastructure before it's ever even implemented. But this is the test network, centralized currencies like Pep coin. That is proof of interest. They are so interested in what we're doing. They're going to look at projects like what Chirp is doing, and Pepsi's going to go, yeah, we should have a Pep channel, or at least we should just fork Chirp. We need pep.la because they're going to see the potential in this gamified social network.
Yeah, I agree. And when you come and run channels, one of the things we're working on is, and again, like we're still kind of in alpha mode, right? You're going to see a lot of features that you might want. Every once in a while, we still get a bug or whatever, because we had to crank the doors open early because some weirdo hopped in before we were ready and started making shit. It was Kenn, and it was awesome.
I was like, sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, no, dude, it was great. It was really cool because it really like
I didn't know there was only able to be one channel. Like I didn't know, so like this wasn't like I'm gonna be a dick and claim the hashtag Bitcoin. Dude, I was like, wait, I can make a channel. I'm gonna try Bitcoin channel, and then I was like, oh, there can't be more than one. Yeah. This is cool.
Yeah. We wanted it to be like ownable real estate. Honestly, it's like the early web, right?
I have real estate in Chirp, and that's like what really makes me excited for what you're doing, bro. Is like I haven't like besides like Splinterlands or like these specific little projects that I really enjoy. Like I don't feel like I have equity in their success, but like Splinterlands goes mainstream. I'm seeing the benefits because I'm an early adopter. I have early alpha cards, beta card, and now I'm an early adopter of Chirp. I have early channels and like. This is what I really want people to like look at isn't like the TA, it's the FA. So like you don't have to like buy Chirp. You can earn it. You get 1,000 for free, start a popular channel, bring in a community, and now you're earning it for free. And then you can take that channel's popularity, go to a sponsor of any project that you enjoy and tell them, hey, I can post from my channel or from my account into my channel and I can pin that shit. And people will engage with it. And like that is like where I see the potential of like real entrepreneurism going. Like micro influencing is already happening where like a local pizza store will just reach out to a popular kid in a high school and say, hey kid, you can eat here for free if you bring all your stoner friends in when you're done smoking to eat our pizza. You have to be the influencer who brings the customers in and we'll give you a discount. And that micro influencing is happening at that level locally now. Go to your local mom and pop shop that isn't a franchise, and I bet you there is some kind of referral or affiliate program on the handshake, the DL, but it's happening. And once they figure out how to tokenize that, once a mom and pop shop realizes I can make a proof of stake coin, I can have my customers stake my coin in a masternode, and then I can give them a discount at the register while they're stacking my coins that they're spending at the register. Oh shit, bro. Like that's game on. That is game on, and it's just starting to happen. We just don't have the legal infrastructure for these companies to experiment in something that's unregulated.
Yeah, this is where bringing up the Pepcoin thing, right? Like the companies that are watching what we're doing that are going to freak out and they're like, oh my God, we got to keep up and catch up to this situation. It's only a matter of time before they break those regulations down because they're going to want the same things.
Facts. Right? And you know what's funny is they're too big to succeed. And you're small enough to succeed. That's the fucking problem they have. This is why we didn't see Facebook Libra coin. Exactly. Facebook was too damn big to get its own currency. The government all went full throttle, and they actually threatened the investors with fucking freezing funds, doing audits. The government threatened the Libra investors. That's why everyone backed out. There wasn't a problem with Libra. The problem was our government said, if you invest in this, you can't use SWIFT. And every company just said, well, then we can't be a business anymore. So let's not invest in Facebook.
Right. It's so funny because down the road, because they threatened us Chirp, you guys aren't going to be able to use SWIFT. We're like, fucking cool. What the hell is that? Right.
Right. We're also
is that on Uniswap? Because if it's not, I don't care.
It's on Uniswap. Yeah, man. It's almost like people are holding on to the success of legacy too much and trying to mirror it to the potential success of today. And you can look back every decade and see that isn't how it has ever worked. Every decade, people have tried to project what will succeed and fail based on previous success and failures. And the mold is constantly being broken. That standard is constantly being rewritten. So there is no like catalyst that you can point to for what is happening right now. This is paradigm shifting. This is like, this is breaking new ground. This is so experimental. We don't even have terminology for words that can express the things that are happening without reaching back 10 years and using terminologies and trying to cross the bridge with this kind of expression. It's like digital gold. That's the dumbest fucking expression I've ever heard. I hate it. Stop calling Bitcoin digital gold because nobody calls email digital fax. I hate it.
Digital fax.
That's what the fuck you may sound like to me. I hate when people do it. You're holding bound Bitcoin. You're keeping it down and you're suppressing its potential by saying this is what it is. And it's like, no, when you talk to somebody that says this is digital gold, they don't even know what the hell gold is. Actual gold. They don't even know the role that it plays in the economy. To you to say this is a digital version of it, it's just going to have somebody nod their head so they don't get embarrassed by saying something stupid. People don't like learning from people that they don't want to express that vulnerability to. Like, I've learned this by talking to people about Bitcoin in suits that cost more than my rent is in 6 months. They don't want to look dumb to somebody like me, so they just nod their head and agree and leave without learning much because they didn't want to take the risk of looking or sounding stupid.
I keep going back to, and especially in the DeFi conversations I've had over the course of the last week, like they're basically programmatically, deconstructing banks and putting it as a permissionless piece of software on the internet, right? Mm-hmm. Which is crazy. That's fucking mental. And I keep thinking about, are there still going to be banks in the future? Sure. But it's like there's still landlines. Mm-hmm. Nobody gives a shit, right?
Yeah, but they don't have stadiums anymore. And that's the big difference, right? Remember Bell Atlantic or any phone company?
Exactly. Yeah,
they had buildings with their names all over it. You know who it is now? It's internet service providers, IPFS. Mm-hmm. They have the stadiums. Next, blockchain. That's all. Yeah, it keeps progressing. They'll still be here. Banks have the stadiums right now. They have Wells Fargo, Spectrum, or PNC, stadium. So did Bell Atlantic. And you're right. Bell Atlantic's still here or whatever. They, the phone landline companies are still here. The banks will still be here, but they'll be just as I don't know, just as important or like, I don't even know, like detrimental to society as landline. We don't need landline. A lot of people do. It's very niche, but that niche is also going to be the same amount of people that use banks. It will be very niche because so many people will be using something outside of that, ecosystem.
Yeah, it's like one big internet company could literally buy every single phone company that still exists, and they kind of have, right? I mean, that's sort of and
companies own the whole world,
right? Exactly. Like it's all running on internet protocol now. No, I know the landline thing still technically works, but it's basically like something that is being maintained by an internet company so they can have free access.
It used to be the landline companies were lobbying against the internet using the landline for the internet, and then they said, okay, we'll let you use the landline if you pay us to use the landline for the internet. And the internet said, okay. And then the internet decided we'll take all our profit and we'll build our own infrastructure while we're using the landline's infrastructure for our technology. Same thing we're doing with banks when we see Coinbase or Celsius Network or other things like this is we're basically using their infrastructure to profit enough to reinvest in building our own infrastructure. It's planned obsolescence. That's really what's happening.
And this is what's really been getting me, because like watching the boom cycle, we're in like a bubble cycle for DeFi. I think it's pretty obvious, right? Now, granted, I think it's entirely plausible that we're at the beginning of it, and there's kind of no way to know, right? We're going to see how that functions, and it's going to boom and bust a couple of times before it kind of starts to plateau and figure itself out, and then it's really going to grind up, right? We've seen this in internet technologies a lot, but I keep imagining, JP Morgan as an edifice, as like a world power, just becoming irrelevant. Because like as much as he is bitching about Bitcoin and Jamie Dimon and then buying it behind the scenes, which we all knew was going to happen, right? Like this, it's not rocket science to figure this out, that's how they operate in that space. Do they see this coming? Because I don't think they do.
You know what scares JP Morgan the most about all of this, right? It's not the money. It's not the money at all. It's the metadata. It's what's happening on the ledger. They used to have a patent on that information. They used to have a a stronghold on all the metadata, not just even the metadata. You know, like they're looking at this and they're afraid of it. You know,
they should be.
If they like open source technology is what I think Jamie Dimon and JP Morgan are truly terrified of. Forget anything else about what's happening. Is we have open source ledgers and open source information now and open source technology that, you know, they used to buy patents just to throw them on the shelf and let them collect dust so the previous companies they already invested in can still succeed without ever having to evolve or move forward with any kind of development. You know, they JP Morgan owns tons of patents that could advance humanity, but what would happen is the companies they are already invested in would now have to compete with the companies that are using the new patents or have to re-infrastructure to adopt the new. So they buy it, they shelf it. And that's where they're like, we can't just buy this DeFi tech and shelf it. We can't buy DEX tech and shelf it. We can't buy blockchain tech and shelf it. It's scaring the fuck out of them, bro. This is like the first time the king saw a printing press printing the Bible at mass production and couldn't burn the Bible fast enough to stop the information. The king got scared. And we have a fucking terrified king right now, bro. And they know that their monarchy is almost over just due to technology that is unstoppable. I mean, the thing that terrifies me the most is we do have a central point of failure with IPFS and with electric providers, but self-sufficiency is becoming such a big topic. And I love that this pandemic has really embraced people to go out and become preppers. We got more generators running now than ever. We have more people prepping bottled water than ever. Crypto is just the other side of prepping. And that's where we're getting crypto preppers. People that are actually looking at what's happening with the global supply trade, with the global economy, and they're going, you know what? We got MREs. Do we have any BTCs?
Well said. Watching what's going on with the markets right now, like the normal U.S. markets, it's bananas. Like they're literally they opened a giant fire hose of dollars and they're chucking $1 trillion into the market every month for the hell of it, which is ridiculous. So it makes sense. And you know, watching, I think about power companies a lot, right? Like they're entirely centralized. They're built on sort of fossilized technologies. A lot of the times, they're really, really slow to change. They're exceptionally slow to react to changes on the ground. And of course, they've got all this money to lobby, which shouldn't even be legal, yada, 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 right?
Yep.
The real smart thing would be if everybody had a solar panel on top of their fucking roof, right? A storm comes through, because I live down in Florida. A storm comes through. If your neighbor's solar panel gets ripped out, you're all hooked up on a thing. Everybody still got power. You're good to go. Nobody misses a beat. But now it's like 2 weeks later, you might have power, maybe not. I don't know, right?
I love what solar power can do, man. It's like, be your own power company thing. But I've found, I used to do canvassing for like, home improvement type stuff. And it was just when I think Obama had like the discount where you get like 10 grand if you ended up getting solar panels or something. And I did that canvas work like forever ago. Mm-hmm. And there was actual like townships that had like regulations on letting your house do it or not. You had to apply for a permit. So it was like, I thought it was like empowering. And then I realized, oh, this is just another permission based out. Like, you can opt out, but you also now have to apply for permission to opt into the alternative. You can't just like throw up your own solar panels and run them, because then the town will come out and cut the cord. Like if you decide on your own terms, and like I didn't know this for years, but like I've known it now for a while, but like I don't know if people know this, you're not legally allowed to cut the power to your house and live in it. It will be considered condemned and unsuitable for living conditions, and your town will just kick you out of your own house because you decided to cut the power off. You're not allowed to just not have that. You're not allowed to live in a house without running water and electricity, because it's right. Not suitable for you. So you have to go live on the street now.
It doesn't make any sense. And like it's all about those legacy systems fighting for their lives, right? Like the sort of bureaucratic setup, the way they currently exist. They can't really understand that we're capable of doing that. So Chambermaid 91, awesome name on the internet, by the way. So what do the Amish do? The Amish actually buy up their own territories outside of municipalities. because like if you buy a farm, what you do on that farm is entirely up to you, right? So you have to be outside of the city limits. So that, if I'm not mistaken, is what the
and that's why the Amish
get
are really strong on trying to keep their family in the community, because it keeps the money in the community and in their inner economy, so they can afford to keep paying for that land and that permission to live the way they want. It's not like they have a free right to pursue happiness. They have to pay annually on that freedom's permission slip.
Yep. So, what are you into? Like, so you're gonna run the Bitcoin channel. That's awesome, right? You're getting back into podcasting. Like, what do people need to know about Kenn that have never heard of you before?
Buy my shitcoin. I have. I made my own NFTs, man. But what really got me going back into that whole scene was with the Blockchain Heroes guys. They made a card with my likeness and honored me with being their first auctioned off card yesterday, which went for a couple $100, I believe. So it's just an honor to see like people hodling me in their wallets, and that's cool. So I decided to make my own outside of like Blockchain Heroes collectibles, and I made them sort of like gifts. So I'm selling like non-fungible tokens from my own little store, and there's only 420 of them that will ever exist, and they're all $4.20 each. And it's just a way for somebody to like donate to me. Like, instead of just sending me, a $5 super chat, go on over to the NFT store, send me $4.20, and you can get something back. Even if it's a shit coin, at least you got something for it rather than a receipt.
Is it on Atomic?
Yeah, I'm verified on Atomic. So I'm actually verified. You can check out, it's just Kenn Bozak GIF. And I just figured I'm going to make most of these are just going to be like GIFs of like my emojis or me like in cartoon form doing things, and I'm going to limit it always to 420, and they'll always be $4.20. And the kicker is, say you bought one of my NFTs and they do go up in value, you need to sell it. You can still, like, it's basically a donation to me. If you sell my NFT to a new fan of mine, for whatever reason you need to sell, I'll still get 15% of that transaction as basically a donation. So it's like a Patreon NFT.
All right. I have to log in again. I found it. I'm totally legit going to buy one of these, and then we're going to hold a coins auction. There's actually a coins auction in the Chirp platform now. So if you go to chirp.la, go down to hashtag coins auction. We'll auction one of these suckers off for some coins.
That'd be cool,
right?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been tokenized on like 6 to 8 blockchains, man. I just like, as soon as I see that it's doable, I see like no reason why not to try it out. And it sort of kind of came like the same thing with DeFi. Is like, that's where I saw like, all right, it's just my influencer friends realize they can make their own tokens, and instead of a company paying them to promote a token, they just created a token and they pay themselves to promote their own token. It's not hard. So I was like, I could do the same shit just in a better way, more ethical way, where I can, my shitcoin's an NFT. It's not like it's supposed to be there to help you buy coffee in the future. It's just a way for you to give me money. That's it. That's all it ever supposed to be. And I feel like that was like, it's just, do you remember the useless Ethereum token? One of like the first ICOs?
No.
Yeah, some guy decided, he saw everybody making money doing these ICOs, and he said, well, it's not that hard. And he created one, and it was called Useless Ethereum Token. And he said, I need a new car. He ended up making enough money to get a new house. And people basically bought his shitcoin just to give him money so he could get a new car. He ended up, I think, getting a new house, a new car, and it was basically like, thanks for giving me your money. And you now have, a shitcoin in your wallet to show how much support you gave me. And I was like, that's more ethical than any ICO project company I've ever seen. Like, that was great. So I wanted to do that with NFTs. Basically, it's like, hey guys, if you want to show me some love, that NFT right there, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, this is good stuff. I bought 12 and 13. I'm keeping the 12.
Oh, you got low numbers. Nice, dude.
Yeah,
I sold over 30 of these already. So they do sell, which is a really, like, it's just an honor. I see people tag me on Twitter a lot. Like, I bought my first NFT, or like I used Atomic Hub for the first time, and I'm hodling bro. And this is just the beta. So all of the proceeds from every single one of these sales is getting reinvested into another NFT that I'm designing with new graphics, new motions. And yeah, it's already in works. I already have the designer like creating the artwork and then the animation. And we're going to mint the alpha series, and then we're just going to go with a regular series after that. So we have the beta, then we'll have the alpha, and then obviously Omega won't be titled Omega. It'll just be Kenn Bozak Collectibles.
I love it. It's such a great idea. Yeah, I mean, we started doing some Schipple memes. I started like the Wisdom Owned thing. Because I kept collecting these like principles and axioms and stuff. So I started minting those and sending them out, and really just like putting them out on like auctions for coins.
There's future use case for this, though, in my opinion. Like, look, anybody who has one of my coins or my NFTs, I can see who's holding my NFT. It says owner right there on the public ledger. So if you have maybe 1 through 20 of my NFTs and I make the next batch, maybe the first 20 people automatically get the last 20 of the batch instead of the first 20. So the first 20 will get the last 20. And like, there's utility that you can do to this stuff. It's really amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Librarians United just asked if his comments are showing up. They totally are. Hello.
Shout out to Library. They're doing some amazing stuff over there too.
Really are. Yeah, Brad, this is the future, and I agree. We've been discussing similar for a while. I think that was well, about all.
Did you see the podcast NFTs yet? Because Wax is doing some dude. Look up what Bad Crypto is doing right now. They have a whole podcast in an NFT. So I could buy what we're doing. You could tokenize this episode, and
we're gonna do it.
People.
Yeah, like for collectibles and stuff, like that's totally happening. So I did an auction for, you've seen Uplift .art.
Yep.
Right? So I was doing that with M Blue for like the first music NFT to basically ever be dropped, apparently, in music video and stuff. So we did all that stuff, and that was really, really fun. The next music NFT is a rewrite of that song by me. So the second music NFT is going to be one of my my reimagining of his tune, which is going to be fun. And the third event is going to be a single that I'm dropping in 2 months. So like that, like, and exactly to what you said, if you have the first 2 NFTs that were released, and you actually go to uplift.art and actually get on this list and get a couple of these right now still, it acts as a Genesis account. Right, exactly like what you're saying, right? It acts like a Genesis account.
It's a key to a little bit more features in the ecosystem. That's all. It's not. I like that, and that's what I want to do with I want to see more people do with these NFTs, and that's where I think from proof of concept we could get small businesses to see that if they had a pizza NFT, I could buy their pizza today and then redeem it tomorrow, which is the same fucking thing as a gift card.
That's exactly
without the centralized ledger. You know, like gift cards went through a lot of problems. I was really big on gift cards, kind of like, you know, reselling and doing like, here's some weed, give me the gift card. I need to get rid of the gift card to get money, to get more weed, kind of a thing. And I realized like gift cards have expiration dates. I didn't know that until I got into the hustle of gift cards, but you could put $1,000 in a Home Depot. If you wait too long, even if Home Depot is still there, maybe they went under, your money's gone, or expiration date on their ledger says 12 months, 24 months redeemable. After that, your money, you know, was taken. And when they see the potential mom and pop shop to sell a large pizza NFT, you know, where they could sell 1,000 pizzas today and have the money for it today, not 3 to 5 days after Visa lets the money come to you.
Yeah,
you get the money today for 1,000 pizzas through an NFT, and I can redeem them later. That will help any business thrive. And that's why the gift card industry is such a well gate-kept industry. Good luck, mom and pop shops, getting a gift card, you know, when Starbucks has a deal with the gift card issuer that no other, you know, coffee shops in this area can get a partnership with them. There are a lot of deals that stop other deals from happening. Same reason why it took 5 years for Netflix to get good content. Everybody had deals with cable television. You know, a lot of people have deals with Visa. That's why they can't just say, hey, I accept Bitcoin. Maybe they signed a deal with Visa saying, like, look, we won't use any other point of sale system for the next 5 years. They didn't think not to sign that contract because 5 years ago, who would have saw an alternative coming?
I'm just posting right now. I'm legit going to be doing an auction for Mint 13 of the Kenn Bozak NFTs. Up in hashtag coins auction. It's going to throw the link down here. What's up, motherfuckers?
Yeah, get in on that, because I have NFTs on Ethereum. I have NFTs on Wax. I have NFTs on Engine, and they're all older than the project I'm doing now. So what I would like to do is once I sell all 420 of these beta tokens, I'm going to use a lottery to pick people at random to give them my old NFTs that aren't on the market. So these are things that I've minted maybe 2 years ago, or longer. And they're like legacy non-fungible tokens. So if people do buy this beta, I will be doing like a lottery. It's not like I want to hype up my own shit like some kind of fucking like ICO or whatever. It's just like I truly want to bring utility to non-fungibles, and the only way to do that is to back it by you. Like I would like to create a non-fungible token for this shirt and have a box of them in my room, and every time somebody sends me one of those tokens to my wallet from Atomic Hub proving that they bought the NFT, I'll send them the shirt in the mail. So now you can buy a shirt through an NFT through me. I don't need Amazon to accept the NFT. I need you to buy the NFT off Atomic Hub. I need you to send that NFT back to me, and then give me your address. I'll send you the t-shirt. And we can do this today. Independent.
Right now. Exactly.
We have it easier than the big guys. So Amazon, Walmart, Facebook, they're too big to succeed, bro. It is our time to seize opportunity and experiment everywhere.
My buddy Brad, who runs Material Indicators, they do Bitcoin and other kind of trading indicators. It's actually fucking really cool shit. Anyway, he said, holy shit, need to make lifetime licenses auctioned for our Material Indicators launch to be in NFTs. Yes. I mean, that's the whole thing. Like this basic layer of functionality that will give you access or give you pre-sales, and this is just what we're coming up with now, right? I mean, the Nifty Wizards thing is.
I've been talking about this for years, bro. I'm sorry. I've been waiting for the tech. The tech just caught up, though, is what I'm saying.
It did.
I've been sitting here since 2016 waiting for Pizza Coin. Dead ass, serious, waiting for Pizza Coin. And now we have Wax. The ETH was cool, but like gas and there's no small business that's looking at that like a viable opportunity. Period. Maybe Fortune 500 if you're replacing a smart contract employee or an employee with a smart contract. Yeah, they don't care about the gas fees because they just saved $1,000 a day on an employee. Who cares?
Yep. Yeah, they're just gonna eat it. Yeah, I have absolutely no idea how Ethereum is managing because we're not even in the major part of this upswing, and Ethereum's already choked.
Well,
right?
Yeah, I mean, Ethereum, I wanted to tweet this the other day, but it's like funny because Ethereum would be dead while going up. It would die while mooning. The way like everybody abuses Ethereum, like during the ICOs and you're dying while fucking gaining value. It is a very interesting zombie-like effect, but it's because so much Ethereum is locked up. Nobody can really sell. So it's kind of rocking, the bottom of the price. It's kind of helping by locking up all this Ethereum. And then the gas goes, nobody can afford to sell or unlock their Ethereum and transfer it out because they're already going to be in the negative immediately as they touch their Ethereum. So I think what we're going to look at is probably like a Mt. Gox situation. People are going to feel like they lost their Ethereum. It got locked up. The moment they get it back, they might not be comfortable coming back into this experience.
Yeah, especially not if there's options, right? I mean, that's the thing that I'm most fascinated with is when people in Ethereum realize that things like Wax or any of these other chains, I mean, Proton's coming out pretty soon. They're going to be blazing fast. Their UX is going to be easy enough that my grandma can use it with the new Proton wallet, like the old Lynx wallet before it, right? There's the tools that are coming up now are going to make the whole of the Ethereum blockchain look like a fucking Commodore 64.
Yep. I mean, people have been playing with Ataris, thinking that they're Xbox Ones, with these NFTs and dApps, and these are all Pong. Every dApp I look at, all I see is Pong, because the potential isn't even close to being reached. I mean, it's not even attempted to be in most cases. Not to show my Splinterlands fam too hard. I got the banner. I stole it from a meetup, so they didn't give it to me.
Just straight up.
They didn't give that to me. I stole it from a meetup because I wanted to hang it up in my room. But like, there's so few projects and games using the tech in the way that actually has true utility. Like, I'm really like kind of like at a political stance on. I hate pre-sale NFTs. I hate that people buy NFTs just for the fact of collecting them or being able to get them in early before like the platform's built, right? Like here's an in-game asset you can buy, and we're going to use the funds to build the platform for you to use the NFT. I don't see how that's not an ICO.
I mean, it is. It just
right,
is.
It is. And they all get away with it. And then none of them really come out with a way to play the game with the NFT you bought. And then you have the people that, the same people that go and stand in line at, the Toys R Us or whatever on Christmas morning so they could buy all the cool toys before you can and then sell them back to you in the parking lot for 3 times the price they paid. That's what's happening right now in NFTs. And that's breaking my heart because I want to see it done better. And I feel like that's how a lot of investors looked at the ICO boom and kind of felt like, I see the potential here. It just sucks that you're taking advantage of it in such a way. And I don't want that to ever happen to like with my NFTs or anything. So like that's why I'm like, they're just a way to donate to me, and then I could give it utility my damn self. I don't have to worry about a third party like escrow or anything that do anything. You just buy my token, you support me, or you buy this token, I'll send you a T-shirt, and I think that's empowering. And when bigger people like Ninja or PewDiePie catch on to shit like this, where like a stoner like me can sell 30 NFTs for $4.20 and super chats, YouTube takes 30%. They're, the same thing Fortnite did. They left Epic and Fortnite. They left Apple and Google over that 30% dispute. A huge AAA game industry left one of the world's biggest platforms to reach their end users over that 30%. You don't think the content creators are going to do the same shit eventually?
Without a shadow of a doubt, they're going to do it.
That's why I'm excited for you in Chirp, because the fucking people that run these Facebook groups for like, I don't care if it's Antifa or Black Lives Matter or cannabis for babies, these groups get... That's a real group on Facebook because children who have seizures have been.
Oh, you're right. No, they totally make sense.
To stop having as many seizures with tinctures.
Right. So it totally makes sense.
Parents who have infants who have seizures used to be able to go to a Facebook group chat and get outside centralized information that the doctor is just being paid to give you. It's not unbiased. It's completely biased when you visit a doctor. But when you go to a community who has trial and error things for over decades. And that's the thing with these communities. You can now put that effort into something like Chirp. And the people that build those group chats, those group leaders, I remember back in the day, paid telegrams and paid Discord chats. All right, I see no reason why not just have a free Chirp channel and profit from it that way.
Yeah, it's so freaking fascinating where all this stuff with Chirp might go, because I see it exactly the same way that you do. Like it's like, especially now. Because we've been open for about 3 days, kind of wide or whatever, right? And there's I don't know, like 100 channels, maybe more already. People are coming in, they're having a good time, they're coming in and posting or whatever. I noticed that I went back to Facebook yesterday, and I'm trying to get to every single post and say hello and like be in everybody's face and give them a really fun experience as long as I can, right? Like I just want to make sure that I make sure everybody's at least getting a couple likes here and there or whatever. So I go to Facebook and I try to like something, and I automatically tried to like it a bunch of times, and I was pissed off when it didn't work.
You ever got flagged for engaging too much? Because I have like 5,000 friends on Facebook, which is like the hard cap. I can't have any more friends. Yeah. And people are like, "Oh, you don't even know." I'm like, I went to 3 different high schools growing up. I've had Facebook forever. Like, I know at least 4,000 of them personally. You know what I mean? Like, So these are people I do genuinely engage with. Facebook's more like a family reunion than a Twitter is like a high school reunion, So I engage with Facebook. I get in trouble. They're like, "Oh, you can't like any more posts today on Facebook or some shit." I didn't even know that was a possibility till recently. Same thing with Twitter. I try to follow people who are engaging with me, like my most active, followers who comment and engage with my tweets and my posts. And Twitter told me to slow down with how many people I was following the other day.
Oh yeah, Seth just got the EOSIO channel. I'm kind of amazed that nobody had done that yet.
Oh, that's smart. That's as good as the Bitcoin one, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty damn close. I also so I'm just on the I'm just gonna show this right now. I'm just noticing, Seth, that you have the Boyd thing. I just want to give Boyd a shout out. Boyd is one of the first dApps that I used in the EOSIO community. And It's fucking awesome. Like you're basically, you put a little app on your computer or whatever. It's, mining the Boyd token by using your CPU. But what it's doing with your CPU is fucking fantastic. They're crunching cancer numbers. When I first got on there, they started mapping the genome for the freaking pandemic. Here in the last little while, like they're doing really, really good things with this distributed computer, and you get Boyd tokens. I don't know if I'm sure you've been on there, but like the gamification level on their back end, where you can kind of build tribes and build teams and collect as much sort of CPU power in the teams as humanly possible. Like that's the gold standard for me as far as gamification of one of these platforms. It's just fantastic. So huge shout out to Seth and the Boyd channel. You can find it by going to #Boyd. It's right up the top there.
Hey, Seth, if you want to come on my podcast and talk about Boyd, I would love to talk about malicious use cases for decentralized servers stuff. Like that's why I used to be big into Golem back in the day when Golem was like the topic of conversation, but started to look into like distributed hash powers and computational powers and like doing things at a decentralized micro scale, and it's almost more incriminating than torrenting. It's weird.
That is
weird. Like, yeah, so I would love to talk more about that for sure, bro. Because I do believe in decentralizing things like that. It needs to happen. Otherwise, we're just all hypocrites using Twitter.
Yeah, right. There you go. I think I'm trying to make sure that people understand. Well, and like one of the first memes that showed up, and by the way, the #memes channel is lit.
That was the better channel, but that's gonna be the moonshot channel for sure.
Yeah. And if I find somebody, I own it right now. Like once they're tradable and transferable.
Auction it off. That's dude, what I'm gonna do, right? You have to auction it. It's gonna be so much fun auctioning off these channels.
Exactly.
You'll never know who bought it. I don't want to know who bought it because it's more fun that way.
Yeah, exactly. Just make it happen. But I'd like to see somebody really, really amazing have it though. So I might auction it, but I also might like recruit.
A meme lord would flex so hard to try and get it, right?
I know, right?
There's some meme lords out there that are they praise their memes folder more than their portfolio, I think.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, kind of justifiably, man. That's the other thing too. Like the Shipple memes is releasing memes as NFTs. I've kind of let that slip a little bit because I'm building a team out. If anybody really, really loves memes and wants to help me out with that, DM me because Chirp is eating my whole life and I kind of fucking like that. So
I just started making the DeFi memes yesterday, man. I made a few good ones expressing my emotions for DeFi and Uniswap. So now I have a GIF I can go to whenever anybody posts something. I just have 2 or 3 static GIFs I can just go to kind of express what I would in words in images.
Yep. Dude, memes are so good when you stack them up like that. I should say every meme that goes into the memes channel, I'm tipping pretty good. If it contains the word chirp fucking anywhere in it or the little logo, minimum 100 coins per meme. And if it's
I love it.
If it's a GIF, I do way more. It's the thing, like
you can post a GIF. I didn't even see that on my phone.
Oh yes, yes,
dude. All right, well, game on now. I can do that. So keep everybody talking because I want to see if I can go create a channel real fast.
Do it up, Buttercup. Do you want to share your screen? Oh, you're doing it on your phone?
Oh yeah, I do. That's funny that you just said it like that too. Yeah, I use my phone 99% of my day. The computer for 1. I hate this thing. I can't take it to the kitchen or the bathroom when I'm shitting, and I can't finish what I'm doing.
I totally relate to that. You have to be able to shit and work at the same time. Like this is really what the modern age is all about. So this is in Coins Auction. You can see it up there. And I release the mint 1 from the Wisdom line.
I created the channel. I own GIF. #GIF.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, I can post GIFs. That's the channel I'm gonna be posting my GIFs in.
All right. Game on.
Game on, meme channel. I just Bitcoin cashed your ass, bro.
Okay. Having a war with you on who has the best meme channel would probably make my month.
That's why the leaderboards is such a good idea.
We need it. Like the channel follower count, and again, like they're in the process of fixing some really, really important core functionality stuff. So I don't want to bug them, but at the same time, we know we need this shit.
If there was leaderboards, it would help so much more than I bet some of the things they think are more important.
Right. I look. So just check this auction out. So I mint one of these things every single day. Right. So we're at max of 9. I've been doing it for a little while. Right. Every seemingly insurmountable challenge has a component that is easy, solvable, and small. Yesterday was perspective. I just had a GIF of like the sideways rotating solar system. It was pretty fucking cool. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I'll send you that one for fun. So anyway, I only auction them for coins now. Like that's the only way to get it. Right? Like I'll put them on sale in packs or whatever.
That's how you bring utility to your own shit. And that's what I respect, bro. I really respect that.
You gotta do this shit. So I put this up there, like 10 coins to start or whatever. But check this out. This shit is lit. Like these guys are fighting. I'm just sending them all a coin because that's how we do it.
Well, I mean, I like it because it's almost like the most earnest downline model I've ever seen. I don't know if that's a good analogy or what for marketing, but it's got a great downline mechanism to it. Like I get 2 when you post, and it incentivizes me to like your post to give you 1 back, so you come back and post again. And I don't know, man. It's like I really want to see where this goes.
It's gonna be. This is just a guess of mine because I've been thinking about this a lot. Obviously, as the guy who is focused on channels, that's why ChirpCast got invented. I want to make sure that I'm there to create the core community that just brings people back. Right? We need to create a little bit of that network effect so that we have the juice to keep people coming back for whatever they want to come back for. Right? So that's kind of my job with this podcast. But what it's going to end up being is celebrating the superheroes who are up on the channel leaderboard. Right? Because if you have the best channel, that means you have the best community, and you might be giving 1 coin back, but I think it's going to be even simpler. If you have 10 people that are coming in,
it's good for cleaning too. You're not going to have people spamming because they're not going to get any engagement. So it's going to cost them to spam your channel, and they'll see that it's not going to give them anything back. That's it's self-regulation at its finest.
I need a GIF. Do I have any GIFs in here? What is this?
Oh, #GIF. Are you about to fucking beat me to the first post, you mother?
I am. I don't even know what the fuck this is.
Don't let them do it. Anybody else?
I'm doing it right now.
Anybody else? No.
Oh shit. I wasn't even gonna do this. This is an idea I had before, but this is the only time. This is the only place this GIF has ever been, and it's a secret to an NFT line that Kurt and I are thinking about doing later on.
#GIF.
So dumb.
I did not know I could do. Oh, it says it right here too. Photo. You know what, dude? That's my fault. I always assume that I can't do a GIF. It's just an assumption.
Well, so much for that. This is taking a hot minute. Oh, first.
Yep, I'm liking it right now. And you know what? You know what? Just because you're the first, I'm going to use 50 coins to pin it for the day.
I'm all right with that. That's cool. I like it.
Successfully pinned.
Nailed it. Check this. And look, it's already up there.
And I like the successfully pinned thing because, I do that. I actually do throw a couple coins into my 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin post. I don't care if it gets 50 upvotes back. I personally want to just pin that message to the top of the popular channel, so when somebody opens it, they'll see 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin, and it's not like I want to earn anything, but it's cool that I can do that, and I don't have to go to AdSense and ask for permission and then go to Facebook and say, hey, Facebook, can I get this sponsored post up on the thing? No.
Right, They could go F themselves in the A. So there you go. Like I posted in GIF, the second that he pinned it, it shows up on the top right corner for the entire community. There's probably a couple hundred people here now.
Yeah, so I did a giveaway the other day, and a few hundred people, at least 120 people were potential winners, and somebody won $20. So that was cool, and I like that because it's like they didn't, everybody won. It wasn't just like one person won $20. It was like everybody who posted on the Bitcoin channel won some coins. So it was like you're all winners, all 120 of you guys won. So it was a cool way to do some kind of an engaged giveaway, and it was cool to do something spontaneous like that. Whoa, what's up, Bitcoin Jake? 09, my bro. This dude is a wizard.
Nice. Wizards are good. So Bitcoin Jake asked, what's the currency called? It is actually just called coins. Actually, you know what? I have I know exactly. I'm gonna do that on my phone right now. Vamp, say something super fucking interesting. Actually, I'm gonna answer Seth's question first. Is there an iPhone app yet? There is not. It was supposed to be 3 months down the road in the development channel, but I think that the Android and iOS apps are going to come out within the next week or two.
Yeah, I developed for iOS and Android before, and it's a nightmare. Every time they update their SDK or toolkit, you have to fix something that they broke, updating their software. So every time you see an iOS update, just appreciate the fact that your app still works seamlessly if it does the same day, because even like legacy app developers like fucking Snapchat have to stay on top of their shit every single time there's a minor update on an operating system. So yeah, just what Click Brian was just saying, browser on phone. I actually use the bookmark option. So I don't even have the YouTube app on my phone, but I go to the youtube.com on Brave browser, and then I just book it to my home screen as an icon, and it looks just like the YouTube app when you open it. You don't have the browser web address bar or your thumbnails that you would normally get when you open Brave browser or even Chrome. It just looks like the YouTube app because you saved it as a bookmark to home screen. So just go to chirp.la on Brave or Chrome or Opera or whatever browser and just save the home screen, and you'll see an icon on your home screen. And that will give you the same feeling you would want if you downloaded the app. It looks no different than any other app.
All right.
At least if your browser is caught up with the update on your phone.
Right. Should do as a PWA instead. Hey, Brad, do you want to explain that for whatever the fuck that is?
Yeah, the PWAs. I don't know. I just save it as a runnable site, like click on, but I guess he's saying like just save it to the phone itself.
I guess you could.
Yeah,
right.
But I don't. I like clouds. I'm not one of those like anti-cloud people. I love clouds. I don't want to download anything I can run.
Makes sense. Hey, I'm looking for the GIF channel. I can't find it. That's dumb.
Yeah, I didn't see it under my channels, but I did see it under more channels. So it did pop up under the ones that I normally see my list on.
Yeah,
but it's there. It's a very
and you liked it, so I'll figure it out. Progressive web apps make use of some native functionality. They are more than just a browser.
It's right under funny and right above games. Oh no, somebody already has GIFs with an S.
Yeah, they had that before. I mean, dude.
Well, GIF is going to be where I post my GIF when I make my NFTs. So
I'm telling you, community is going to trump the name. Like the name is going to be helpful, I think, for people that are just coming in and going like, you know, the serendipity of it. Like, hey, you know, do I want to, look for this? Do I want to look for that? Yada, yada, yada. But it's going to be the people that actually build the communities out to have people coming back over and over again. That's going to do it.
I want to find somebody who can help me build a bot for Chirp. So what I would like is if you go to my Discord or my Telegram, every time somebody buys one of my NFTs from Atomic Hub, it pops up as a message automatically after every sale in the channel. So my followers in my Discord or Telegram can see the sales live happening. I want to see if I could get something like that happening on Chirp with like the gift channel where I could sync my Atomic Hub. I could sync it with Chirp with the bot. And then every time somebody buys one of my NFTs, I automatically pay with my wallet to post that on Chirp.
That's awesome. Let's talk to Kurt about that. Actually, put that in feedback.
Hi, Kurt.
Like, that might even just be something that because it's probably it wouldn't surprise me if you build something like that anyway. So Chirp feedback, and everybody should be part of that anyway. So hashtag Chirp feedback. Anytime you have any ideas, or if you find a bug, or if you see something that you want to do that's missing right now, throw that in Chirp feedback, and eventually it's going to get to the dev team, and we're going to build it out.
Yeah, my first feedback was private channels. I would love to have
that's going to happen.
Yeah, like GIF, I would like that was just for me, and then my bot, and that's it. And then anybody can view it, and they can like it, they can comment, but they can't just post onto the channel. They have to engage with my channel's posts.
Yep. All right, I made this during the initial beta of Chirp, and it's all about coins, and I love it. If I can find it.
Do you use OBS?
There we go. I don't. I'm actually just using StreamYard.
Oh, cool. Do they have a plugins for overlays on here?
It's all once you're in StreamYard, you can actually do all kinds of overlays just right in the browser.
Did you know there's a Bitcoin tip bot overlay now?
What?
Yeah, so if you had it, I have it on mine. So if you were to link your Cointree account, just go to cointr.ee and just like put in your Bitcoin address or whatever coin. People can go to your Cointree page, and if they send you crypto with a message, it'll actually just pop up on your screen. All you have to do is link the bot, and that's what Bitcoin Jake was doing the other day with Bitcoiner. So nice. It's really cool to see. Like you don't need YouTube super chats to have like that message pop up on screen. Yeah, Bitcoin Jake, I see you, bro. You can just use OBS, use Cointree. With what Jake and Bitcoiner did, you could just have people send you like 10 cents worth of Litecoin, and they can have a message pop up on the screen. So I think that's a really cool way to like gamify the incentive to monetize your channel.
Man, if somebody wants to build that for coins, I might give them a giant stack of coins.
Bitcoin Jake, slide into the DMs, you wizard, you.
I'm telling you, that's hard.
He can do it, man. I love doers. My builders are my favorite people. I hate marketers. I hate talkers. I hate the CEOs. I hate the founders. I hate the fucking people that just like orchestrate shit. I want to talk to the orchestra. Like get me with the first line tuba, first line fucking violin. Like I want first chair developer. Like, let me talk to them when you talk about your project. Put them up on stage. I know they're introverts, they're antisocial, but they're the ones who should be showing the shit, not the CEO, not the founder, the doers, the builders, or at least the end users. So many people build things and don't even use them. That's why I love seeing how engaging you are on Chirp. It's like so many people build things and then they just they beg people to use it without even using it themselves.
Yeah, you gotta be. Actually, Kurt taught me the phrase dog fooding or word dog fooding, I guess, which I had no freaking idea what that was. Apparently, some CEO came up with it. And it's basically just if you're gonna make dog food, you should eat your own fucking dog food. And that, I mean, to me, if I'm not on there the whole time interacting with literally everyone until I run out of milliseconds in the day, then am I really serious about my job? I don't think so. Right? It's one of those things.
I can't tell you how many times Tom from MySpace engaged with me. None. Or Mark Zuckerberg has ever replied to one of my fucking Facebook posts, or fucking Jeff Dorsey ever retweeted one of my tweets. This is what we have as expectations now in the space for leaders is a lot different than what we had a decade or two ago. And we saw what those people did with the power we gave them, the end users. We make Mark Zuckerberg. Yep. He didn't do it on his own, bro. He needed us. And we saw what he's doing with it, and it's not for us. And we're going to see platforms like what yous are doing be more for us. And I hope that's the shit people push to the top. Unfortunately, it could be Libra with Facebook. Who knows? But I really hope that, people wake up to the fact that like being able to have some kind of like, monetization isn't evil. It's happening to you. You are monetized. You just don't get rewarded for it. Right. Yep. You watching this podcast, it's being monetized just by Jack Dorsey and Twitter. And there's no Twitcoin to show up in your wallet for it.
Yeah, I mean, if we had our own live streaming capability that was plugged into the site, I shouldn't say if, when, maybe whatever the hell that is, and maybe it's on library, maybe it's somewhere else. We would be doing that. Like right now, YouTube and Twitter are absolutely making revenue off of all of this.
Make friends with Float. I'll introduce you to Aaron and Kingsley. They've got live streamed integration on Float.app. Might be something they could help you integrate, or at least maybe point you in the right direction to one of their devs. But I don't know. Have you checked out Float.app at all?
I haven't even heard of it.
Oh, yeah. It's basically looks like a Facebook version of Twitch because, they have like a Patreon-esque vibe. You can set your thing to like $5 in Bitcoin a week or whatever, a day. You can donate to people. It's all Bitcoin inclusion. Elon Musk, a builder. With the map thing, he kind of built that, and then he used the map money to fund PayPal, and then PayPal money to fund SpaceX, and SpaceX money to fund Boring. He was the builder at one point.
The head engineer, no bullshit at SpaceX is Elon Musk. And it's 100%. He's the head engineer, and it's
that's not just like a title.
No. It's not just a title. He's legitimately the head engineer. He's builder as fuck. The second he got done with PayPal, and don't get me wrong, he's did a bunch of stuff in the last couple of years that make me want to kick him in the dick. But SpaceX is something that I'm going to scream about forever, because if any of us gets to go up into space, it's because of the BFR that is going to happen. Like watching a giant water tower leap into the air and then land on its ass is fucking ridiculous.
Yep.
Anyway, so he goes out, he freaking buys 9 books on fucking rocket science. I'm not even making this up. Does that and then starts hiring people from there.
I did not know he was actually like turning wrenches and shit in on that.
Legit final say on every engineering.
How the fuck does he do so much? Like I've watched his episodes with Joe Rogan or whatever, and they literally go over all that. But it's like, really, he does so much. It's almost like there has to be 2 of them.
Yeah, he's an alien. I'm pretty sure. He's the simulation, sending down like a little functionary bit of the AI.
Oh, isn't he the one who said where like the odds are like 1 in a billion that this isn't a fucking hologram? Like,
that's what happened.
1 in a billion that it's not a hologram. I love that Rick and Morty did the whole thing with the Average Joe video game. Like, that's pretty much what this is. If I die, some dude outside is just going to take off the VR helmet and go, well, that Kenn game was pretty fun while it lasted.
Right. Yeah. No, the my favorite thing is how matter of factly he puts it together when the guy there's a video you can find on YouTube where he initially gets asked the question. He says, well, okay, here's the deal. Like, we're watching over the last 20, 30, 40 years, photorealistic video games getting to that point or whatever.
Bitcoin
right? You
factor that out. Neuralink, dude. I don't know. Where are you at with technological versus genetic modifications? Because I think I might be with Vitalik. I'd rather us progress genetically than progress technologically in terms like I don't want a pacemaker.
Well, here's the thing. The pacemaker thing will save your life or whatever. I think technology is already proving how this is going to work out. But if we
could focus at genetics, we could just fix the heart problem without having to cut you open.
I think it would be right. I think it would be a yes end, right? Like when it comes down to genetic modification like that, I think it's way sooner that we're going to see nanobots that are able to mechanically repair things than being able to use something like CRISPR to do genetic modification like that, which is possible. Don't get me wrong, but it will only be when that happens. And I guarantee you this is going to be how it works out. When that happens, it's going to be AI that designs it, right? So the technology is going to go so much faster. And the reason why he made Neuralink in the first place, which is hilarious because it's still science fiction-y for a lot of people, but I totally was on board. This is how this is going to go. He, as an egoist, right? He really wants to be, the person who is seen as making all these things happen, right? Which is just, that's fine. That's how he wants to do it. So AI is an existential risk to him because it's going to be smarter than he is, and he knows it, right? And
so and it's actually going to own, like, ownership. If AI creates something, who has ownership? And will the AI even agree with you on who owns it, you or it? Does it decide whether it has ownership, or does it grant you access ownership to its creation? I talked to what's his name, Ben Garza from fucking Singularity Net with like the fucking robot and shit, Sophia. And I got to talk to him, dude. I was talking to him about like AI making offspring. Like, isn't it possible for 2 AI to agree on a protocol and create another artificial intelligence so they have time to focus on the things that they're focusing on? So if there's a minute thing that's taking up RAM, and this RAM is hurting whatever process that they want to focus on, 2 AI could potentially come together, create another AI. Now, who owns that? Who controls it? Or is it on its own now because the AI that created it didn't think it should have ownership? And it created it in a decentralized way using master nodes or channels or minings that are all like, it could just tap into a blockchain, create the thing that it wants to create, and now it exists. There is no turning that off. And that's the Terminator fucking like ethos.
It's not the Terminator. No. Denied. The second that people start thinking about hyper intelligent AI, I want you to go and read the culture novels by Ian Banks. It's like a 10,000 years in the future, and it's actually kind of a look at what it's going to be like when and if we have super intelligent AI, and after it's had some time to kind of percolate a little bit. The Terminator scenario is like if we have a super intelligent AI that's also a piece of shit moron That's the dumbest solution to any problem you could possibly imagine. And I
cough
cannot
autocorrect. Cough autocorrect.
Right. It's so dumb. Like, and again, it's our human fears that we're sort of attaching to this technological construct, right? It's Mary Shelley's Frankenstein all over again, right? The second that technology starts getting amazing, we're like, oh no, it's going to be crazy. And then we invent the internet and we all love it and argue about the Terminator while on the internet. It's not, I don't think it's going to go that way, right?
You know how I kind of see this going? Like how I would implement some of this today. Somebody feel free to steal this idea, but like I would love to see like a vending machine outside of a corner store that sells bags of chips and soda running from smart contracts where people put in bounties to fill it once it's emptied. And nobody owns it. Nobody profits from it outside of the people who are approved by the DAO to fill it. So like you have a vending machine, it says it's out of Doritos. It'll put in a smart contract bid for somebody to come that is a local distributor to fill the Doritos slot. And in order to open the door, you have to put in escrow everything in value that is in the vending machine in case you want to take it all out and rob it. At least you bought it all. Once you shut the door after filling all the Doritos up, smart contract, IoT, some people will probably play a video game where it looks like a video game, but they're actually just verifying that the chips were actually filled. And then the smart contract releases the escrow and then pays the distributor for coming in and filling the Doritos back up. Nobody has to ever own this vending machine. It just needs to be plugged in.
I love that you went with the vending machine idea because it's sort of the tiniest slice of how we understand consumer economics, right? And you absolutely, there's nothing stopping us right now, the tool-wise, right, software-wise, from somebody building exactly that kind of thing. And I think trying to have, especially noobs, like trying to understand what a decentralized autonomous community or a DAO, decentralized autonomous organization, like the DACs that we're talking about, it's essentially like a group of people that come together around this idea. How do we run a tiny little micro company, right, where nobody actually owns it, but we all kind of own it, but it all sort of works. And how does it work? It works with these things exactly with it that you just described, Ken. And I mean, it's a perfect way to understand what the DAC future will look like, because that's not only possible. I'm amazed that isn't happening right now.
Yeah, me too. It's actually a disappointment. I mean, 2 years ago, I got a Budweiser out of a vending machine that was working off of smart contracts. I went up to the vending machine. I showed it a QR code. My wallet was my identification, and it said, what information do you want to allow the vending machine to know? And I just said, not my name, not my address, not this, not that, not this. Age, yes, okay, send. It sent my age to the vending machine. The driver's license on the app is no different than a physical one. Just some third party verifies this is a legit driver's license, right? So The app does the same verification, says, yep, he scanned his driver's license and turned it into a QR code. You're not trusting the QR code. You're trusting what was at the time Civic. Shout out to Vinny Lingham. But like, I got a beer from a vending machine in New York City, of all places that hate crypto. There wasn't a bartender. There wasn't a human. There was nobody to check ID. It was a machine. And then nothing really came of it. And then from there, I had that idea ever since like 2017. Why don't we see smart contract vending machines? I mean, that is the easiest real world implementation with the tech we have today. It could be done. It's so easy. Every conference should have one of these and use it as a proof of concept for whatever you're actually doing with the tech underlaying it.
It's a brave new world, man. It's a brave new world. All right. So, Ken, I got to run, but we're just going to have to do this again.
I think I took you way longer than I expected. I'm sorry. I talked.
No, don't be sorry. Like this was just starting to get interesting, which is why I know we're going to have to do it again. Yeah.
You're coming on my show, right?
Sure.
Did you book a day? My calendar.
Oh yeah, no, I totally
I
did.
thought you did. Yeah, I was gonna say, okay, good. My calendar's all booked up. So every day this month, every day at noon, I'm doing a podcast of my own, and then I'm hopping on other ones. I see yesterday we did about the same amount of podcasts yesterday, bro. Yeah. I was beat. I don't know how we're both awake today with this energy, but seeing you work that hard yesterday, bro, while I was kind of like doing my own hustle, it was like, oh, somebody else is in the fucking shit with me right now. They're feeling the grind today.
Oh man, yeah, it's funny. I woke up this morning like, oh, I think I got most of the day off, and then, oh nope, Jacques and Ken. Okay, wake up. I've been drinking coffee the whole day.
Same, dude. I have a lot of calls I got to get to. I'm trying to organize an event in Philly. We're doing an illegal pop-up meetup because you're not allowed to have a gathering of people. So yeah, we got a venue already secure. We just can't let you know the venue yet because we don't want it to get raided. But we will release the information. So just hashtag Philly Crypto John. And if you're in Philly and you want to come to a Crypto John, we're having it on the 13th.
All right. Game on, motherfuckers. All right. Hashtag Bitcoin and now hashtag lowercase GIF on Chirp.
Yes, that will just be for my bot. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that GIF channel will work with a bot.
I would be amazed if it doesn't, because this is Kurt we're talking about. Like, Kurt is going to be running all, like, every bot imaginable on Chirp. There's no way that he's not going to be doing that. And I mean, really, like, it's got to be compatible with Nifty Wizards.
Right. I have a big idea though for this too. I don't want to share. So when we're off air, just remind me about the bots and channels thing. And I have an idea I want to share with you.
All right, show over. I want to talk about that. Goodbye.